Oh. I'll pray for you, you pray for me. With God on our side, we'll always be in love. Walk in love. As long as we stay, we will remain in His love. In His love. Trust and obey. For all our days, 28 days of love. You and me forever. Forever. Together we will be forever. Together we will weather every storm. I celebrate you for today. And for these 28 days, I will celebrate our love. 28 days of love.
Hey everybody!
Oh, we are back and we are super excited
got a
about
treat.
these San Diegans.
Got a treat.
Cannot wait. And just to say,
Yes.
the most beautiful picture that we have this whole year is with our very good friends Naomi and Saleem Yeargin right in San Diego,
indeed. Yes,
California.
indeed. Wonderful young couple. I call them young. They're not, well, young couple.
They're
They're younger
young
than us,
couples.
right? I mean,
Mhm.
talented, gifted, all the way around. Young youth ministry, all kinds of things going on that they do. Listen, we want to hear some of their wisdom with marriage. They have, I believe, is it 3, 4,
They
5?
have three. Well, yep, they
Five
have.
altogether,
There's
I
5
think.
altogether.
Children, and just listen. If you want to hear some people who can kind of take a principle and put it in just a regular everyday way,
practical living,
it just makes sense. These are the two that can do it. So we'll
Yes.
see you 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
right here on 28 Days of Love. And it's Wednesday night. Don't forget, put it in your calendar. You're going to see us right here on Facebook with Kim and Dr. Newton, also on our YouTube channel with
Launch 360 TV. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. We'll see you here on Wednesday for Naomi and Saleem Yeargin.
Well, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for logging in, tuning in, jumping in, hanging with us for this episode of 28 Days of Love. We are excited tonight, and Kim's not talking.
I'm excited
Okay.
too. I'm just trying to let you go ahead and do your thing.
We're excited tonight because we have these two very, very wonderful young
We
young
keep
people.
calling them young, but they are young
I mean, it's
to us.
I'll take it.
young.
He said he'll
I'll
take it.
Take it. Young in spirit, young in heart.
Yes.
You know, and just,
young in looks.
Yeah.
Just young.
So young. You
Just
know?
young.
Yeah. I just feel funny saying it because I don't want to be like, hey, youngin. That's not how I mean it.
We are super excited. We have some wonderful husband and wife team from San Diego, California.
Yes,
and
yes.
I tell you, when we met them years ago, first of all, Saleem is probably one of the funniest people in San Diego, always doing something.
Yeah,
Follow him on social media. We're going to make sure that you get his information before you go. And then Naomi, with every one of her fingers has a talent assigned to it.
Telling you.
And so you will, there's photography, then there's hair, and then there's theater. It just doesn't stop.
Everything.
Yeah, it don't end.
Goodness, yeah.
So you're going to find out today, but not only that are they gifted and talented and called by the Lord, but they are a wonderful married couple who are working together to build this kingdom. And we're going to talk to them today, get some great questions. If you have some things you want to post in the chat, please do that.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you to, first of all, since we've been talking, you've been sitting there listening to me. Do you want to introduce yourself or you just want to start talking? How do you want to do
how
this?
they met?
That was going to be my question.
Was that your question?
That was my question. Give us the tea. Like, how'd y'all meet?
Well, first of all, my name is Saleem.
Saleem in the
My name
house.
is Saleem Yeargin, and I know I look young and youthful, but I'll be 45. I'll be 45 this year. Can you believe that, dude?
No, I cannot.
Yes, I'll be 45 this year.
That's a good people.
My amazing, beautiful, lovely wife, who's also turning 40 this year.
Really?
Naomi.
No way.
Yes. Naomi. We hail from San Diego, California. We're just excited to be here, you all. We appreciate you guys having us on.
Thank you.
So
Thank
glad
you
that
for
you would
loving
come
me.
on.
So those of you who may not have been on us before, it might happen across one of our broadcasts for 28 Days of Love. We take the month of February to do something that actually a friend of ours in San Diego says, their slogan.
And
He says, make Jesus famous. We're saying we're making marriage famous. So we take this month just to kind of make it famous, to bolster, to bring out front, to make large this covenant called marriage, because we believe that this is the institution that God set on earth first to further the kingdom. So we have wonderful folks like this who come in and share some wisdom with us and things of that sort. So I don't know, Saleem, you introduced yourself and I started talking before Naomi could get to talk. Naomi, is there anything you'd like to say before we ask you guys a question?
No. She's so cute. We just want to know, can you share with everyone how you met?
How'd you meet?
Start off. Okay, so funny thing. So Saleem, as you guys, I think you said earlier, he was in theater, and so our initial first interaction was during an event called the Kumba Fest here in San Diego. It's where they celebrate Black excellence. Yes. And he was one of the coordinators during that time, and he was doing a show. I think it was a late night show he was doing, and our pastor, she saw him and she introduced him to our church. Okay. And I think he came the next day or a week after he came by. Something like that. Yeah. And so he enjoyed the church and he ended up joining the ministry, and so I'm gonna speak my side of the story.
Yeah, tell us your side, the truth side.
if her story is that she fell in love quickly.
So what happened is that funny thing, it was during dance rehearsal, and Saleem walked into the sanctuary because usually for our new members, our pastors would meet with them and have a conversation with them. And it was during dance rehearsal, and I said to myself, that is so funny if this guy is my husband. And I was like, wow, no, it couldn't be. It can't be. This is not true. It can't be true. So months passed by. He ends up joining one of the teenage ministries at our church, and we were both working together.
Wow.
During that time, we did not like each other. We did not stand each other. We did not like each other. I couldn't stand Saleem. Saleem couldn't stand me. So whenever we were near each other, we would go separate ways because we couldn't do it. But the funny thing about it is that whenever we were together, we were always partnered up. We were always partnered. So we was like, what the heck is going on? We don't like each other. So why are we always being partnered with each other? And so finally, one day, it was after Bible study, I went and I asked Saleem, hey, do you want to go to the movies?
You forwarded a lot.
I did.
She fast forwarded a lot.
She fast forwarded.
She got the good stuff. She got the good stuff.
He can put in.
So let's just back up a little bit.
Come on, back it up, sir.
Because that did happen, but she fast forwarded a lot. There's a lot of information. So I'll give you the consolidated version. But yeah, we did not like each other, right? So, and I was kind of transitioning out of a dating relationship at the time, whom I thought was somebody that could be potentially somebody that I would date or marry. And I transitioned out of that, and the Lord was like, yeah, no, that's it. I was like, no, but she's kind of perfect, Jesus, this other person. And so I was trying, and I wasn't even thinking about this being a thing at all. Like she said, she thought I was arrogant, and I thought she was stuck up, which was at the time. It was not. So, but like she said, we would always find ourselves in the same kind of spaces, right? Mm-hmm. And one night I was just sleeping in my bed, and the Lord told me this was my wife. And
wow.
I began to rebuke the enemy.
He's so dumb.
Because I was like, no. I said, no, Lord, no. Not me. Maybe this is for you telling me this is somebody else's wife. And I didn't say anything. And I just kind of, you know, how the Lord tells you something, you just kind of hold on to it, because I wasn't really sure what to do with that information. So fast forward, we would be partnered up together in this ministry, doing a lot of odd things, just kind of getting to know her, and not out of the idea that we kind of had made in our minds. We started to get to know each other, and I think our hearts started to soften over time as we started to kind of actually know who we were and not like pass judgment, right? So one day, our now pastor, she was like, "Hey, I need you to go somewhere with me." And I was like, and then I worked overnight, so I was tired. I was getting ready to go. I was in some pajama pants and a sweat. She was like, "You don't have to get dressed. I just want you to go somewhere with me." And so I went, and it, unbeknown to me, we were picking her up from the airport.
Wow.
You know, Dr. G knew that.
Oh my God. And I was like, "Are you joking with me right now? I have pajama pants on." Like literally, I mean, like sleeping clothes. And we're in the car, we're trying to be silent. I'm trying to figure out how to start a conversation, because I don't know what to say to her. She pulls into a McDonald's or something like that, and she leaves us in the car together.
Woo! She's so good.
Such a setup, right? And I think that moment is really what started our kind of like incline into the relationship. We actually started talking and, you know, trying to get to know each other and going places and doing things. And and it just started from there. It really just started from there. And we tell this story all the time, because people see us now like, "Oh, you guys must have really," but like, we had a very peculiar story, because it wasn't like your fairy tale. "Oh, we saw each other and I looked into her eyes," and it was no. The Lord really had to. But the blessing in it, though, is that we were both in a space in our lives where we were kind of letting the Lord lead that part of our lives. So we were open to that piece, right? The way that the Lord kind of presented it to us, it was like, whoa, you know what I mean? Okay, like what? Okay, like I don't know how to chew on this, but kind of we allowed the Lord to kind of guide that part of it, and we just kind of went from there and built, and that's how we met. And
how many years later are we?
We've been together 15 years. This coming August will be 15 years, and we've been married 13 years this coming.
Wow. So it was a 2 year. So it was a 2-year courting process. 2 years.
2.5 years, something like that.
Yeah. Wow.
So good though.
Wow, that is great.
But I love how they were allowing God to lead them in this.
I want to know what happened at the movies.
No, he's just being nosy.
Oh, the movie. Oh my God. I can't believe you remember that.
He just being nosy.
That movie, though, Dr. Newt, that movie was our very first date.
Really?
Wow.
It was our very first date. And I didn't have a car, funny enough, so we used her brother's car.
Okay.
And we went to the movie, and me and my wife were both very prophetic and revelatory people, so we were just at this date really just trying to see what we can figure out.
Right.
And the Lord, I feel like the Lord really shut that off and was like, just talk and just get to know each other.
Yeah.
Like that. But that first date, we went to the movies. It was a very boring movie. I don't know what it was. I don't remember the movie, but I just remember that was the longest, boringest movie. But after we got out of that movie, and I think probably after that movie, we probably seen each other probably every day after that.
Wow. Okay. So you must have had some game. Bought the brother's car. Went to the movie.
Listen, I was in a very peculiar time in my life. I was and why, Dr. New? Because I tell people all the time, people have these stories like, "Oh, I was low down and I was down and knowing that Jesus came and rescued me and came in and I know. My story is that I was having a great time. I was very successful. I had 2 jobs, had 2 cars and everything like that. And then I was in a time of my life where the Lord was kind of like not taking things away, but you know how the Lord has to move things out of to rebuild. So I was in a rebuilding stage of my life, right? Wow. When she came into my life, and I was like, I really don't. I had a place, right? But I had a car. I was I had a job, but it was like a dead end job. Like I was just in this weird place where the Lord was like, I'm stripping all these things that you thought made you, right? And I'm going to build you a foundation, and we're going to build upon something that's solid, a solid foundation. So I was in a very peculiar place when we met. So yeah, I didn't have a car, but we like when we met, it was bare bones. It was no game to be had.
This is good. This is good. That's actually a good conversation right there. So it sounds like God, that she was part of the foundation in your rebuilding, and you were part of the foundation in hers.
Yeah.
So what was going on with you at that time, Naomi?
For me, I think I just moved to California.
Wow.
Like a year before I met Saleem. So I was living with my brother at the time. I didn't have a job either. I was actually doing hair on the side, and it was sustaining me pretty good.
Right.
But I didn't really have much. Like he was saying, during that time, I just got out of a relationship as well. So I was trying to figure out what was next, like what my next move would be. And so I think just knowing that, God had the way that God orchestrated everything to come into place, because you always told like, oh, after a relationship, it's time for you like to settle down and really get to know yourself and really figure things out. And the funny thing is that, during that time of me trying to figure things out, like me finding Saleem and me connecting with Saleem, it kind of, restructured a lot of things in my life, the relationships, and the aspect of he has to have this and that in order for you to be with this person. And it really opened my eyes and understanding that even though he may not have everything that you're looking for in that moment, there's always a possibility where you both can grow together and build on those things that you're seeking for and that you're wanting in both of your lives. So yeah,
that's really good. That's really, really good.
Reminds me of our kids, our son, that they did pretty much the same thing. He was in college and he met someone in college, and both of them basically had nothing, and they built so much together. And them too, just trusting God to steer this relationship. Both of them coming out of different relationships, and this then happening. So it's actually great to hear another testimony very similar to that.
I like the way that it sounds like you two became friends. You became the friends
after the enemy part was over.
Talk a little bit about how important you think that is for people. Even before marriage, to become friends.
Yeah.
I know that's not one of the questions we sent you.
No. Well, I mean, I think that's a very important piece, only because traditionally, coming from, I guess, let's say a secular standpoint, we heighten the intimate part of the relationship, and we kind of make that the catalyst of whether we will or we weren't, or we won't. And we make that the catalyst of if this is a good person or if this is a not person. But there's so many different other things that you have to sort through before that even becomes a thing. You know what I mean? So if you're not talking and you're not asking questions, you're not getting to know that person, and you can't confide in that person, you can't have a conversation with that person about what you're feeling or what you're going through presently in the present time. I was in a very, very during this time, I was also going through a space of deliverance. I was trying to get some trauma, work through at the same time. So I'm trying to build. Could you just imagine that dynamic? Trying to build a relationship and trying to work on, getting yourself together, getting trauma, childhood stuff together. So it was a lot going on during that time, and neither one of us knew how. It was new to both of us. So that friendship piece was super important, because more than I needed a lover and more than I needed anything else, I needed support. I needed a friend. That's what I needed the most. I mean, I'm not saying sex ain't good, praise God.
Praise the Lord.
But more than that, that's not what I needed in the current time. Because honestly, I could have got that from anywhere. Right. I needed that support system. Was she always that support system? No, because I don't think the Lord was designing her to be everything that I needed in that moment, because he needed to be everything that I needed.
That part.
But when I that support piece came in from her just having that grace and giving me that space to kind of evolve. So that friendship piece is important because that establishes something for the relationship.
Wow.
Because more than I'm going to remember the intimacy, I'm going to remember that you were there for me.
Yes.
Right.
Of space.
Yes.
And that's how you build a strong kind of bond and foundation and relationship when you have grace for each other during hard, difficult seasons of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, it is. It is.
How about you, Naomi? Did you need that same friendship? Or are you looking for that as well? Or what about you?
No, I agree, because I think growing up as a little girl, your idea of a partner is always somebody that's going to love you, going to provide for you, that's going to give you stuff, tell you you're pretty all the time, just do all the things that they make it to seem to be. But I think with us building our friendship, it reminds me, even in marriage, that sometimes there are days where we don't gel well with each other,
right?
We may I'm sure what the word is, but we butt heads. That's the word.
Yeah.
But I think that because we build on our friendship, when those days come in, we have to remember that, hey, I'm not here to rub your back and tell you everything is great all the time.
Right.
As a friend, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to show you support where support may be needed, and then also, as a bonus, I'm here to love on you as well, because you can have friendships. I think of a lot of my friendships I have with my friends who are girls. It's not so much about intimacy; it's about being there and supporting and caring for that person in a way where they may not have it in other spaces. And I think the great part about having a partner that you're a friend with first is that you get to have both of it, where you have someone who's supporting you, who loves you, who's going to tell you the truth, who's going to have your back, and at the same time, someone you can come to at night and, be intimate with, someone you can come to and find that support when it comes to the love aspect, So I think for every relationship, before you even start off with the intimacy, being friends first is very vital, because if you can't be a friend with your partner, then there's really no stability in the relationship, because you're depending so much on the loving part that in order for you to love someone, you have to like them first.
Yeah.
You love everybody. If you don't like them, then so
that was a bar.
Yeah.
That was good right there. Yeah. That's so true. You do.
Yeah.
Because we focus so much on love, we forget that love is an action word. I can love
it is.
I can love you all day long, but if I don't like you, that love is not going to do anything.
Nothing.
They like you.
Nothing.
Gotta like you.
Bust somebody's bubble. It's not.
It hold you. Not for long. So.
Yeah.
We've been hearing that a lot. Like a lot of people are actually coming to that conclusion that I need to like you. So Naomi, you brought up something about like childhood and kind of thinking about that fairy tale thing. How difficult was it for you, or did you not have those issues? Well, no, you said you did, that fairy tale thing. But how difficult was that for you to kind of wean yourself away from the fairy tale thing and embrace this reality of what it is that you guys were establishing?
That's a good question. Go ahead and answer that question.
He's so ornery.
It was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you, because like the first week of our after we got married, I would say was a time where I did not expect to happen, because I thought we were going to go into the marriage, and I have my role, he has his role, and that was completely opposite of what I thought it was going to be. And so I'm not going to lie, the first week that we got married, I think we argued almost every single day of the idea that, as a little girl, like my husband is going to, support me. He's going to care for me. He's going to do this for me. He's going to, make sure I'm well and all this other stuff. And I'm forgetting about what my role was as a wife as well too. And so my focus was always on what my husband's going to do for me. And I was never thinking about.
Sorry, Newt. Me too.
I was never thinking about so how am I going? What am I going to do for him? How am I going to support him? How am I going to care for him? How am I going to love him? It was all about me. And, I'm not going to blame my dad, because my dad, he was a great example of for me of what it means to be a husband, how to take care of your wife, how to love your wife. Because he always did that when it came to us as his daughters. He was a great example. And so when I went into my marriage, I'm like, you're not treating me the way that my dad treated me. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, what's happening? And I had to, erase some of those things, those thoughts, those mindsets. Because I'm like, I can't be a great wife if the idea is always me. If it's just me, like just love me, take care of me. And him, he's like, what are you doing for me? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm here. Like
I am.
Yeah.
I love this conversation.
Yes.
This is definitely going to help people who are looking to get married. I mean, because that whole fairy tale thing, especially for us girls, really a jack us up.
And I think it's pushed in this social media environment as well. You know, there's just a lot of fake image, if you will. Yes. That thing. But if I could backtrack a little bit, I have to take some weight when Kim and I got together of what she expected from me. I have to take some weight of that because in the beginning, I showed her my Superman. I didn't show her Clark Kent.
I was just getting ready to say that, Dr. Newton. Go ahead, say it. Yes.
You know, I gave her Superman and not Clark Kent, so that's what she expected. You know, so when we get in the house together, you know, there's nothing between.
I'm like, where your cape at?
Yeah. You know, you know. You can't fake that game, you know what I mean? You're just there. Since she started to see the weaknesses,
like,
you know, the kryptonite, you know.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Like, I got to a point where I got frustrated because I'm just like, I'm working myself to exhaustion, and you just sitting here just receiving it. And but the Lord, but this is what I'm telling you what the Holy Spirit revealed to me in that. Or not the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit through someone. I was talking to somebody, and I was like, and I was complaining, you know, this and this and that, and this and this and that, and she do this and she do that, blah, 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 blah. And that was like, you created that monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
You created that.
You did that.
Because from the first day you guys started dating, you did everything for her. You bought her everything. You paid her cell phone bill. You did all this thing.
Yeah.
And when she did try to do anything, you was like, no, baby, I got it. Don't worry about it. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So now she's gotten used to this thing that you created for her. And now all of a sudden, when you're tired of being what you created, you want to all of a sudden just like flop.
Right.
And I had to realize that that I wasn't being fair to her.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I created that. So
I love that.
If I want to I want to say undo, because I'm not going to stop taking care of her. But if I want to create a new narrative, I have to allow that to kind of develop, allow her to, and then I have to give her opportunities to serve.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And not be like, oh, no, give her the opportunity, because now that balance comes where we're both serving each other, and one person, and now we're not like a weighted, you know, we're balanced on the pendulum, right? So
Right.
That was very good.
And it's a two-way street too, because I mean, you know, in all fairness, you know, she showed me her Wonder Woman and not her Diana Prince. You know? So there were certain things I was expecting too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but marriage will do that to you, and I think that goes back to that whole friendship piece. And I like you, you know. So it's easier to have those conversations if you make that mistake and don't have them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's easier to have those conversations and learn to adjust. So in that learning to adjust, we have to support each other.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of leading into another question. Supporting each other through this change, this evolving and growing, because you guys said it's 15 years. So every 5 years, I mean, we're different, you know, we're growing in different areas, you know, whether it's career or finances or just, you know, maturity, thoughts, whatever the case may be. How do you support each other? Or I guess what I'm looking for is some skills or some ideas, some things that you do intentionally support each other through those evolutions in life, through those changes that we didn't necessarily bank on.
So my wife, she's a creative, and that's one of the
Yes,
things
she
that I
is.
love about her. She's a very creative individual.
Every finger.
I love. One of the things I love about my wife is that she's so out. She's not like everyone else, and she doesn't fit any box. She's going to be whatever she needs to be for the moment, and she adapts well.
Yeah,
I love it.
So in this particular area, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it was easier for me because that's actually something that I loved about my wife, that she was always evolving into something. And I think what I would give space to somebody is that don't look at evolution as an issue. Celebrate the evolution.
Celebrate it.
Because if you celebrate the evolution, one, that says that you are recognizing the
Wow.
evolution.
Wow.
Right? And then in recognition of the revolution, you learn how to adapt to the person that we're becoming.
That's right. That's
because
right.
it becomes a celebration. Oh, you're coming into this. My wife has changed careers 6 or 7 times since we've been together. She was like, I want to do this. I said, I think that's great, honey. I think that you're going to be great. And I celebrate whatever she wants to do. And then she goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this. And she's all excited. And then a year or two later, she's like, I think I'm going to do this. I'm like, honey, I think that's fantastic. I think you should go and do that. And, so I celebrate the evolution.
Yeah.
But I had to, I learned after so many evolutions, like, okay, it's okay to celebrate the evolution.
Yes.
But I'm going to celebrate with context.
Okay.
Because now I need to start telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can go do it. I think you're going to be successful in it, but is it going to change in 2 years? Right. So so now I'm going to support you, but I'm also going to support you in the right direction. I'm not just going to allow you to fly by the seat of your pants. I love your evolution, but we have to have some type of foundation on what we're trying to evolve in, because it's just going to stick after a while. And then we're just going to keep going through that process. So it's not just about supporting the evolution, right? It's also about being honest about where we both are going. And it is what you doing conducive of where we are going.
Where you're going.
Because if you're doing something that we ain't going, then it's going to collapse, because we're building on 2 separate foundations and we're supposed to be one person. Right. So I spent a lot of years just allowing her to build on her own, not realizing that I was also making a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How about for you, Naomi? Oh, go ahead, Saleem. I thought you were finished.
I'm good. Go ahead.
Well, I was wondering, how about for you, Naomi, with Saleem's evolutions? And sometimes it may not be careers, but just changes. How about for you?
I think for me, one thing I had to learn when it came to, I'm gonna speak from a wife perspective, because sometimes as a wife, like we see things in our husbands and we're like, oh my God, like if he was to pursue this, if he was to go after this a little bit more, and he pay more attention to this, focus on this a little bit more, like imagine where he could go, where he could be, how much greater he would be in this space, right? And sometimes like I would push him in that space, but then I had to learn patience came to the changes that were happening within my husband. Because for me as a wife, I'm like, I see it. I see it on him. I know he's going to do great in this. I know that when he steps into this space, it's going to open different doors for him. But understanding that, even though I may see it, I have to allow my husband the time and the patience for him to understand, for him to see these things that he's desiring for himself, but he may not see it within that time or within that year, but allowing him the space and the opportunity for him to discover it on his own. And I would say throughout the years of being with Saleem, like we've gone through a lot. We've gone through so much when it comes to, emotionally, physically, mentally, and just seeing how, even though I may say one thing and he may make it seem like he's not really paying attention or listening, like throughout the years, I've watched Saleem grow so much when it comes to communication, when it comes to, how he loves himself, not just loving me, how he loves himself, how he cares for the family, how he cares for other people. Because there were times where Saleem was very much to himself, like he really didn't care much about anything, right? But as the years kept growing, you know, his heart began to grow even more. His presence, it wasn't so much about making jokes about things, about being funny. It was about people really getting to know him and understand him, who he is as a person, not just as a comedian, which I love that about him, because oftentimes people put label on people based off of how they first see somebody.
That's true.
Right.
For him, you know, throughout the years, I've discovered how much of a caring person Saleem could be, how mindful Saleem is, you know, how much of a protector he is for him and his family, how much he supports, like how he was saying before, like he supports me in everything that I desire to do. And for me myself, I had to learn how to do that, because I really thought that I was doing that for him. Like I was like, you know, I'm caring for you, I'm supporting you, I'm doing all these things for you, not realizing that it was things that I thought that he needed, and not really paying attention to what he was trying to show me or even tell me, you know, because as a wife, we think we know everything. We think, oh, you know, I look at you every single day. I see what you need. I see what you want. I see what you wear. I see what you eat. So I know you, but I'm not really like sitting down and really talking to you and really getting from you, from your own mouth, what you're and what you're desiring. So for me, it was years of patience, because if not, then I would have still been in that mindset of you're not listening, you're not growing, you're not moving, not realizing. He just needed time. My time may be different from Saleem's, and I understand that I can't have him move at my pace.
That's good.
And by doing that, there's been so much growth between us when it comes to conversation, when it comes to us, you know, even being, you know, like our love language with each other, understanding that even more greater, and understanding him as a husband, and more importantly, as an individual, besides everything else, knowing who he is as Saleem, like that required patience, and I needed to grow in that space. And so, yeah.
So good.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of places we can go from there.
Yeah.
I'm like, keep talking.
Yeah, we need to send y'all no questions. We just want to talk.
Goodness.
We love it.
Yes.
And it's a lot of meat in there. Listen, even old people like Newt and I have myself to the end of that.
She's older than me.
Even us hearing these things. So when we do 28 Days of Love, we listen to what, you know, the people who come on share, and then we take it on, because like, you know what, I didn't even realize that might be something that I do. So I appreciate you guys sharing this, because it's feeding us as well. Especially that part about making sure that we hear it from their mouth.
Yeah.
That right there.
So tell me what's
good for me.
Tell me what those intentional kind of discussions look like. Like, give us an outline, a framework, so someone can mimic that discussion that you mentioned, Naomi, to know exactly what Saleem needs, or even speak into him with the things that he needs.
Of course, I would say something that really helped me out, because I did not know how to talk to Saleem. So I ended up going to therapy, and therapy has helped me in a great way when it comes to communication, because I thought that my words were positive, and not realizing that they were jabs, basically. Me thinking like, asking him like, oh, like why aren't you doing this? I thought that was a positive way in speaking to him, not realizing that it was a way for him to retreat.
Wow.
It was for him to retreat back. And so for me, coming into conversations, I do it in a way now to where before I even start a conversation with him, that may be something that's in regards to talking about emotions, or where we are in our relationship, or, you know, where things are going, I always try to open it up in a positive way of speaking like, hey, how are you? How are things going with you? Just opening a space to where I know that whatever comes next, like his posture is not in a way where it's like in defense, but it's more so to where he's open to receiving whatever we're getting ready to talk about. And then asking him questions that I know will not cause a huge discussion, like a huge discussion, but in a way to where he feels as if, okay, this space is safe for me to speak about whatever is on my heart, and knowing that whatever I express, it's going to be cared for in a manner to where I'm not being accused. I'm not feeling like I have to put up my defenses up, but in a way where I can be free and feel as if the person that I'm speaking to is going to care for my emotions where I'm safe.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So
Give us a
good.
whole
I know. I want to go to the
cookie sandwich. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
I want to go to the safe places because there's many times when people get married and they don't feel comfortable enough about sharing their feelings with their spouse. And so for you all, how do you make each other your safe space? What is it that you do to create that? Naomi kind of explained what she does for you, Saleem. What about you for her?
So your relationship with God in your marriage is a huge piece to this. And that's why I tell young people or anybody that wants to get married, how sure are you?
Yeah.
How sure are you that the Lord said this was individual?
Yeah.
And the reason why I ask that question is that is going to be the statement that keeps your marriage kind of like bonded together.
Yeah.
Because if I'm unsure about who you are before you get married, I'm going to be real unsure once
yeah.
we get
Absolutely.
Right. But I know the Lord said this was my wife.
Yeah.
Nobody, it wasn't at the altar. I wasn't in no money line when I heard it. Nobody came and said nothing to me. The Lord told me.
Right.
And the reason why I knew it was the Lord, because I rejected it immediately when he said it.
That got to be God.
Because it was no desire of mine. It came out of no place. I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't trying to like, Lord, which one is my wife? I wasn't trying to, it wasn't a process of elimination. He just said it just randomly. Right. So I know what I heard the Lord say. So when I'm in difficult spaces in my marriage, then I revert back to what I know the Lord said. And if I know the Lord said, this is my wife, then the success of my marriage has already been created. My job is to find how to get to success.
I had to stop you for a minute. That's good. That's so good.
The success has already been
Go ahead
created.
and finish. That was really good.
But that took years to get to. Because like she said, for a lot of years in our marriage, we didn't feel safe with each other. We didn't feel like we were hearing each other. So we spent a lot of years in our marriage assuming what each other needed instead of actively doing what each other needs or being willing to do what each other needs. Right? Because we were harping on each other's past mistakes. I was harping on hers. She was harping on mine. We couldn't get past disagreements. We couldn't get past some hurts and pains or whatever it may be. Then we finally got to a place where we went to couples therapy, where we decided that we need to start working through some of these things.
Right.
And it didn't happen overnight.
Right.
I had to open my heart back up to her.
Wow.
And I didn't want to. Can I just be honest?
Yeah.
I had gotten used to I had shut the valve off to my heart, and I got used to being in this neutral place. And it worked. And it worked for me. So I had built this kind of like behavior of not really being being a husband, but not really being a husband to her.
Gotcha.
I was doing the husband duties, but I wasn't.
Going through the motions,
but not to her. Wow.
I was being the priest, preaching, teaching to other folk now, providing. I'm always going to protect my family, but I was not being a husband to her. I wasn't caring about her feelings. I wasn't making sure that she was covered by the Spirit. I wasn't doing any of those things because of my own hurt, right? And when your own hurt is not dealt with, you can't care for someone else's.
That's right.
Wow.
So
that's good.
We reached a space in our marriage where we started being open to doing what each other needs from each other. Do we always make the mark? Absolutely not.
No.
I'm still trying to get that. But I do small things, like when she talks to me, I know it's important for her that I stop what I'm doing and look at her. I used to always argue, I'm listening to you. Just talk, girl. I'm listening. right? But it's important to her that I'm engaging with her. And the Lord was like, is it really going to hurt you to just engage when she's talking to you? Just try it.
Wow.
And conversations got easier, right? She felt more free in conversations.
Right.
My wife ain't never talked this much. I've never. Right? But the fact that she's talking is showing that now she feels in a space where she can talk. She can share her day. She can do different things. And I'm listening to her. Right?
Yes.
And mind you, she spends most of the day with the children. She takes the kids to school. So most of her day is with little ones. So when she gets home, she needs adult conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
She wants to tell me about her day. She wants to tell me about things that is going on. The least I could do is just stop, give her a moment to kind of have a conversation, right? And not interrupt her and just let her talk, right? So those are just small little tweaks that I made to our communication that cause our communication to get better. And we're building upon. We're in a space in our marriage where we're rebuilding something because we spent a lot of years just
tearing down.
We was just existing.
We was jacked up. Yeah, we get it. We know about being jacked up times.
Lord.
My God.
And you'll be surprised with those small little. Just turn the dial just a little bit. Just do something. A little. Do one thing differently, and you will see something change in that other person. Right. Wow. And I think the expectation is that we expect everything to be fixed in one haul.
Yeah. No.
It's that one little tweak that sends you into a space where you begin to rebuild.
Yeah. Right. So good.
Love it. Love it.
A friend of ours, we were recording with them. And one of the things that he said, he was saying, you have an Apple 12. He said, instead of throwing that phone away, this was his example, was that you can just do your updates. Make sure you do your updates. And he said, in marriage, in your relationship, if you do those fine tunes, those updates, and make some adjustments, you'll see that the things can still work. But we all have to be willing to update and make some changes. So yeah, I love that.
A lot of gems, a lot of stuff that you guys dropped down. So I want to ask you a final question for both of you to answer.
So good.
And we don't want to leave anything off the table, which is what this question is designed for. So because we kind of pushed the conversation in whatever directions we felt, in the moment. So what advice do you have for those that are about to be married, those who are married, 3, 4, 5 years or 25, 45 years?
Yeah.
What advice do you have for them to, keep this covenant committed and strong, sustained and long lasting?
For me, my advice would be never stop praying.
Yeah.
Like prayer is very vital within your marriage. And a lot of times we lose faith because what we want to see happen, it doesn't happen within the months or the years or in that time frame you want it to happen. But keep praying. Keep praying.
Yeah.
Do not lose hope in what you believe when it comes to your marriage. Because it may not happen this year, it may not happen next year, but just know your prayers are reaching God.
Yeah.
And God sees you. God understands what you're going through. He understands how you're feeling. He understands how much at that moment you may not want to be in that situation, but just believe, keep praying. And God's word is so good. It's so vital when it comes to your marriage. And I would say for every couple, find scriptures that you can scream at the top of your lungs when your marriage is going. You're not feeling it. Find scriptures that you can speak over your husband, over your wife. Find scriptures that you can speak to yourself when situations feel as if it's not changing. It's not like nothing is moving in the way you want it to move. And trust that if God put you guys together, that God is going to sustain that marriage. Whatever weather and whatever season that you're going through, the Lord sees you and the Lord will bless you and favor you because you trust in him, because your belief is in him, and you do not trust in your own strength.
Yes.
Continuously go after the Father. Whenever you're feeling down, whenever you're feeling like things are good, things are bad, go to the Lord. Give thanksgiving unto him. Cry at his feet if you need to, but just trust and keep praying.
Mhm.
And before you know it, the things that you prayed for, it
Yep.
will come to pass. You will see it happen. And I'm saying that because I'm one that was always thinking of, God, it ain't working, it ain't happening. And I am now in the season where I am seeing those things that I prayed for come into fruition. And I'm grateful to God. So do not lose faith, do not lose hope. If you don't have Christian couples around you to help you and support you and to pray with you, find a community, because a community is very important. You don't want to do this thing by yourself.
No.
That's important as well.
So good.
Love it. Love it. Top it off for us, sir. Top it off. Did she leave anything for you to say?
She fire.
She's so smart. So 3 things, just really quickly. So when people are looking to get married, there's so much rhetoric behind it.
Yeah.
There's the fairy tale syndrome, and for the husband, there's this, I'm the man, and I'm supposed to blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's so misinterpreted.
Yes, it is.
And not understanding the interpretation of your marriage is what you need to get a hold of.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Right? The scripture tells us what a husband should do, and the scripture tells us what a wife should do, as it pertains to how you should treat each other. And that is the example that that scripture gives us.
Right.
But in the context of what you're going to be as a couple and as a unit, that has to be built between the two of you.
Yes, it does.
Because if you're coming into a marriage using a model, it's like I can't go to the mechanic and put a Buick alternator in my Ford. It's not. It may turn on, but it ain't gonna sound good. It ain't gonna run right because I got the wrong parts inside. Right? So there is no step 1, step 2, step 3. You are literally building.
Yes.
Marriage is not a religious institution. There is no benediction.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It's not a religious institution. So you can't do these things in X, Y, and Z and expect a response, because it's just not going to work out well for you. Right.
Right.
And then the second thing is that you have to determine what your definition of love is.
Yeah.
You have to determine what your definition of love is, because like I said earlier, love is an action word. And your love that you give to your person or the person that you're with is going to define how your marriage is going to be based.
Yes.
That's right.
It's going to determine whether or not you guys are going to like each other. I spent a lot of years not liking my wife. I spent a lot of years not liking me. I'm not perfect. I'm not confessing anything, right? And I spent a lot of years trying to give her the version of love that I thought she should receive. Right? And you should be happy. You should be happy. You understand? You should be happy with the love that I'm giving you.
Right.
Not complaining. Right. But if you guys are both actively loving each other, then that takes it's like a soothing ball that takes some of the edge off of the stress of marriage, because there's going to be stress.
Yes, right? There will.
There's going to be a stress.
Yes. Yes.
And if you as a couple are actively building towards something, if you're actively, like, very intentionally building towards something where you have a part and they have a part. I spent a lot of years of building, and she didn't have a part in the building. Yeah. But I was saying that we were building each other, because you never know what that other person is capable of doing until you give them the opportunity to do so. That's right. Right. So in the confines of marriage, be intentional about building something that is for you two, that doesn't look like anything else anybody else has. Yeah. I take pride in my marriage looking like nothing else I've seen. Because if it looks like something else that I've seen, then that means that I'm duplicating something that it should be. Right. 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 Gender roles, get it. Just throw it out. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Throw the gender roles out. Just get rid of them, because it's going to destroy what actually can be. Yes. Right? It's going to destroy what actually can be. Right. And I think because I came into the marriage at like, oh, I was like, I'm very traditional, I'm very traditional. I like I want a wife that does X, Y, and Z. And I want a wife that cooks, and I want a wife that cleans, and I want a wife that does all these things, because that's the model that was ingrained in our minds.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That ain't who Naomi Yeargin is. Right? And I was leading myself down a place of pure disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make her less than a woman. It doesn't make her wrong, right? But that is not who Caleb Bonamy raised.
Right.
So you have to embrace who that individual is. Is she a great mother? Did she create a game? Absolutely. But in the way that it came to manifestation ain't the way that I thought it was going to come. I have to embrace the woman she is, so she feels comfortable in the space to become the wife she needs to become for me. Because the Bible tells her husband to cultivate her.
Mm-hmm.
And cultivation means is that I have to cultivate the raw goods. I have to cultivate what's already there and allow that to become something. The Lord never told us to add parts. Don't be putting them aftermarket parts on it.
Aftermarket parts.
Right? Cultivate what you have and allow what she's great at to turn her into something.
Flourish, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Listen, we're gonna drop the mic.
So good.
Drop the mic on that one. Just a few seconds, because we're kind of at time. A few seconds. Are there any things going on
that you guys are doing?
You guys, want to tell us about? I don't know, books, movies,
how they follow you. Look, books, movies. Okay.
You got going on, schools you're starting, whatever. How can we get in contact with you? Let some folks know what you have going on.
Well, I don't have. Well, there's going to be some things coming into fruition very soon. But my Instagram is KingsKid81 on Instagram. I don't even know what I follow you, but what's your thing?
Wow. Mine is Belle Maison Hair. I'm a hairstylist. So
Wait, say it again. What is it?
Belle Maison is a house of beauty. In French, it's Belle Maison Hair.
Belle Maison, yeah, okay.
At gmail.com and then .com. No, scratch that. I'm sorry.
On Instagram.
At Gmail. Oh my God!
Gmail.
Wait, no, at Instagram.
Okay, you're on Instagram.
Instagram.
That's that 40-year-old coming down.
Okay. We're gonna find it and post it for you all.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Anything else? Because tell us about you still taking.
I put it on hold for hair. Yeah.
I told you earlier she changed career.
That's okay. She's got on hold till I come back so she can take me some.
Yes.
But there's some things, there's some productions and things that are coming in the mix. But as a family, as a unit, we're going to be making some transitions here very soon. So we're going to be establishing some new things. God is taking us in some new spaces.
Wow.
So we're just excited about that. We're really trusting God in this season. It's very unpeculiar, very unorthodox, things that we're not used to, but at the same time, we're excited for where the Lord is taking us. And if you want to go on that journey with us, we'll probably be documenting it a little bit once we get into a space where we can kind of share exactly what's going on.
Great.
But the Lord is doing exciting things. I got a production in my pocket that I'm looking to do here.
Come on, production.
We're moving. We're moving.
Love it. All right.
Super excited. You heard it here. We could have kept going with these wonderful people and just talking, just listening to them talk was so inspirational. Yes. I thank you both, Saleem and Naomi. I know, right? Full I appreciate you guys for coming on. Yes. Such a blessing to me. I got so many little tips and things that I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna do better.
I know. When Naomi was talking, I was like,
what's he side-eyeing?
I was doing it, but not doing it. You know?
We're gonna do it together, Dr. Duke. We're gonna do it together.
I was like, you hear her?
I'm gonna be side-eyeing you.
Yeah. Then Saleem started talking. I was like, oh.
Checkmate.
We love love you guys.
Thank you so
Love you
much.
guys too. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you all for logging in, tuning in, jumping with us tonight for this episode of 28 Days of Love. We'll see you tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for
Love letters to my husband.
All right.
I love it.
And to my wife. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome to today's Marriage Minute. I'm Kim.
And I'm Dr. Yu. And today we're continuing our, we call it Through the Storm series with part 2. With
Finding hope in the midst of the storm. That's right. And when you're in the middle of the storm, it can be so overwhelming. But it's important to know that you can find hope even in your darkest of times.
Yes.
Know this, that there are always ways to find good things about your relationship and build that connection with your spouse, even when it's some tough times you're going through.
Yeah. So here's 2 ways to find hope when you're facing storms in your marriage.
First of all, you have to focus on the positives. You have to. Even in difficult times, there are always positive aspects in your relationship. Just take time, remind each other of the good moments and the positive things that you bring to the marriage.
Yeah, that's always a good investment.
Definitely.
You can also set small goals.
Set the goals.
So when things feel overwhelming, set small, achievable goals today.
Right.
This could be something as simple as, I don't know, going for a walk or on a date night, you know. But here's the deal, achieving those small goals, what it does is it brings a sense of accomplishment and hope to the relationship.
Definitely. And hope is a powerful force. It's definitely going to help you to see beyond the current storm and definitely help you to believe in a brighter future.
So thanks for joining us for our Through the Storm series. In the next part, we're going to talk about the change and the debris that storms bring, and we'll discuss how to grow stronger even after that storm has passed.
That's right. You've been watching a Marriage Minute with Kim
And Dr. Yu.
Remember that marriage is simple as pie.